Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DES and Das Improv. Here we go.
Cut here. And he says, why not? Because you got no paste.
Yeah! 1001 toothbrushes walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve your kind here. And the toothbrush is like, well, why not? And the bartender says, because you give bad oral, B.
1001 toothbrushes walk in the bar and they say, I want a drink. And the bartender says, no. And he goes, why not? And he goes, because you didn't shut the cold gate.
Walk into the bar. The bartender say, we don't serve your kind here. The toothbrush say, why not? The bartender say, because you're not electric.
1001 toothbrushes walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. Toothbrush asks why not. He said, you're not approved by the American Dental Association.
1001 toothbrushes walk into the bar. And the bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. Toothbrushes say, why not? Because we don't like the way you bristle.
Yeah! Can I get another object, please? Hammer. A hammer. Hammer.
1001 hammers walk into a bar. Bartender says, hey, we don't serve your kind here. The hammer says, why not? It's because you got no nails.
Yeah! Nails.
1001 hammers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. And he says, why not? He says, because you're always trying to nail someone.
Yeah! 1001 hammers walk into the bar. The bartender say, hey, we don't serve your kind here. The hammer say, why not? The bartender say, can't touch it. Dun, 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 dun.
1001 hammers go into a bar and the bartender says, we don't serve your kind. He says, why not? Because you can't screw.
Oh, yeah. 1001 hammers walk in a bar and he says, I want a drink. And he says, no, you can't. And he goes, why not? And he goes, because you broke into my house last night, you jerk.
Yeah! 1001 hammers walk into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve your kind here. And the hammer's like, well, why not? And the bartender says, because you're already hammered.
1001 eggs walk into the bar. Bartender said, we don't serve your kind here. The egg said, why not? He said, because you run all over everything.
1001 eggs walk into a bar. Bartender says, hey, we don't serve your kind here. The egg says, why not? He says, because you're all scrambled.
1001 eggs walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. Eggs say, why not? Because you always end up hard-boiled.
1001 eggs walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. The eggs say, why not? He says, we don't allow poaching.
1001 eggs walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. And the eggs say, why not? And he says, because you always have your sunny side up.
1001 eggs walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. And he asks, why? And he says, because you're already fried.
Okay, 1001 eggs walk into the bar. They ask the bartender for a drink. The bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. They say, why not? They say, well, we don't appreciate yolks. One final one. Spatula. Okay, when you say spatula, do you mean the rubber thing that squeegees out a bowl, or do you mean like a pancake flipper? I'm asking. Squeegee, okay, a real spatula. I'm just saying, because people confuse. I don't want to come up and do something and have you guys go, no, it's not a spatula. Okay, squeegee thing.
1001 spatulas walk into a bar. Bartender says,
Well, thank you all for coming out to the DAS for levels 2 and 3 improv show. Goodness. Mr. Pat. Goodness. Well, like we said, thank you for coming out. Our teachings are based on Viola Spolin. I always try to give her credit, who is the grandmother, I guess you could say, of improv. She's the one who brought about the Second City, the Compass Players. Paul Sills was her son, who was in the first Compass Players, which became the Second City, Saturday Night Live. So we try to stay as true to the Second City style as we can. We kind of pump it up for performance, and we always have great students here. Christopher Bondy supports us 100%.